Okay, Macross 2 haters, you can fuck off now. The ones who, you know, all you motherfuckers saying it's a parallel universe, it doesn't exist in the canon, blah 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 blah. So guess what? In Tokyo, in the Tokyo Character Street, which is inside Tokyo Station, specifically, the Yaesu North exit, underground floor 1. It's this is where the Character Street is, and they are doing a pop-up shop, a Macross pop-up shop. Well, they did one in Akihabara not too long ago that was Macross Delta and Macross Frontier. This is for the original Macross and Macross 2. So, now, with all you motherfuckers going on and on and on and on, oh, Macross 2 is so bad, Macross 2 sucks, blah 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 blah, Macross 2 is a parallel universe, it's not really canon, you can suck my long ding dong, because this is showing that they are actually producing more merch for Macross 2. Now, if they didn't recognize Macross 2 as canon, would they be pushing this kind of thing? Would they be trying to celebrate the fact that it's the 30th anniversary of Macross 2 this year, along with the 40th anniversary of Macross, because Macross 2 is the 30th anniversary series OVA for the original Macross? If this was not canon, would they even talk about it? Would they be releasing Blu-rays? Would they be doing any of this shit? Would we have a high metal R of either Sylvie or Nexus Valkyrie 2 SS, or Valkyrie 2s, VF2 SS, sorry, which I own both of? Would we have, there was a Macross figure collection thing not too long ago, well, probably about 10 years ago now, that had Ishtar in it. If Macross 2 wasn't canon, would they have put it in Macross Triangle Frontier, the PSP game? Oh, that's right. No, they wouldn't have. They would have ignored it, just like they do with, like Bandai does with Gaia Gear, don't they? Or they do a G-Savior, by the way. Or there's plenty of other series that basically ignore certain things so people would forget about it, as the aforementioned Bandai ignores G-Savior, because they screwed that up really badly, and they don't want people to remember it. Would they be promoting this? No, they wouldn't. So, for all of you who are saying Macross 2 is not canon, you can fuck the right hell out of here, okay? This is proof that they are recognizing Macross 2 as part of the canon. And I'm sure when Kawamori gets around to it and he decides, okay, I'm going to do another Macross series, he's going to recognize it, because the next story of Macross either has to go backwards a little bit and fill in some gaps, or it has to go in parallel with either Macross 2, or it has to start after Macross 2. Okay? So, because with the end of the second Delta movie being 2068, it's only 22 years before the events of this. And in 2080 was the last time there was any Zentradi fleet that actually showed up around Earth. One of the splinter Zentradi fleets, okay? So, you have that there is a small window here of time between Delta and 2. Now, I think what Kawamori's going to do, he's going to go post 2, if he does decide to make another series anytime soon. But I just wanted to point this out, that if you people in the English-speaking world are going to continue to say Macross 2 is not canon, and it's a parallel universe because you read some mistranslation of what Kawamori or what anybody said, which Kawamori has never said that he never acknowledged Macross 2. It was Itano that said it, okay? And that was not Kawamori. Who's in charge of Macross? Kawamori is. And he has always stated that without Macross 2, he would not have felt like doing Macross ever again, okay? So, keep that in mind. Macross 2 is the reason why we have everything after Macross 2. Okay? We wouldn't have 7, we wouldn't have Plus, we wouldn't have 0, we wouldn't have Frontier, we wouldn't have Delta. without 2, because it brought out Kawamori's desire to continue making Macross, because he had refused to make it for 10 years. And he had said, okay, I'm done with Macross. I'm not going to make a sequel because I've already done what I wanted to do. Macross 2 changed his mind, okay? Because he watched it. And he's like, yes, I do want to do Macross again. And then we get Plus and 7. And then we get 0 after that. And then we get Frontier after that. Then we get Delta after that, okay? So, keep this in mind. If Macross 2 was not canon, we would not be getting merch like this. Especially the fact that the merch that's going forward is not just the VF2SS, not just Ishtar, not just Sylvie, and not just Hibiki in these designs, okay? We're getting in these character designs, like this kind of art style, we're getting all of Fairy Team, so we're getting Amy, Saori, Nastasha, we're getting Fef, Ings, Erinche, we're getting the prototype Metal Siren, we're getting Ing's Mothership, we're getting the Saride, which is the flagship that gets cleansed by Ings in the episode Marduk Disorder. We're also getting a character figure of Nex. Also, if I'm right about this, I was just watching Macross ga Tomaranai on the Macross channel in Japanese, and if I'm not mistaken, they are releasing a special model or something of the VF2SS for this pop-up shop, okay? So, all of you people saying that Macross 2 is not canon need to shut the fuck up, okay? Macross 2 is canon. This is more proof of it, being that it's in 2022 for the 30th anniversary, and they're recognizing it and giving us merch, okay? So, you need to shut the fuck up, take your fake knowledge of Macross and piss off somewhere, because you guys don't understand a goddamn thing about Macross. You don't understand Macross 2's position in the lore. You don't understand that all of the lore since the release of Macross 2 in 1992 has stuck with and kept Macross 2 within the canon, okay? But because you people look at every series in a bubble and don't look at all of the connections between the two series, because you always do a review that only talks about a single series and don't connect it to the other series, which is what Macross is really good for. It's very important that you connect these things. You don't understand, see? So you need to just shut the fuck up, and if you can't accept that Macross 2, because this is the official Macross website, okay? Macross.jp, okay? Okay? This is the official Japanese Macross site, okay? So, you need to shut the fuck up. Okay? I've did my Macross 2 is canon video that's an hour long. Now, I'm just rubbing it in, I'm rubbing the salt in your wounds because you people are so fucking stupid, okay? So, keep that in mind. Macross 2 is canon. They're releasing merch for it at a pop-up shop in Tokyo, which I might just force myself to, not eat for a couple days just so I can fucking go, because I really, really want some of these Macross 2 merch. I really want some of this Macross 2 merch, okay? So, keep that in mind, and I'll be doing, probably within this week, the Macross Frontier movie, both movie reviews, and I'm doing it as a single video, and I'll probably be doing the Macross 2 review as well. I don't know when I'm going to upload them, but I've got 3 review videos planned, because I'm going to do the review of the second Delta movie as soon as I finish watching it after my live stream, which will be when I get the DVDs, which I will be posting a video about that later, okay? So, keep that in mind. Macross 2 is canon. Stop talking about it as if it isn't.